Hi guys, Majestic Dad here again with a new video. It's been a little while. I've not been doing so many trade ups because of just finding trade ups really frustrating. So I've come back with a new video and it's a little bit of an interesting one. What we're going to do is we're going to look at are trade ups really worth it? Obviously, it's something that we really enjoy doing, but when we see lots of YouTubers that are posting trade ups of all these really easy trade ups and how much money you can make, I just want to do an experiment to see how many of them are actually worth it and do they cost the amount that people show. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a few different bits. We're going to look at some caveats. So what are some warnings that are involved in this little experiment that I'm doing? That'll include my theory on trade-ups and whether they are worth it or not. And then we're going to break down a couple of example trade-ups to show you exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the true cost of trade-ups. And then we're going to actually do them. We need to do a couple of trade-ups to see how much they cost us. And that is a real cost, so I'll use buy orders or do whatever they say in the videos to follow the trade-ups themselves, and then we'll just do a quick summary to see how we're doing. So first, some caveats, also known as warnings. This is an experiment. This isn't trying to call out any people that are doing this. People that are showing off some trade-ups are, I think genuinely enjoying trade-ups, and they're trying to help out the community of people that play CSGO or just trade up. So this isn't trying to call anyone out. This is just an experiment to see how much we can make based on the trade-ups that they're showing, and also to see if my theories are actually correct or not. This is quite a low volume trade up, so I'm going to do 5 trade ups. So if I did 500, we'd probably get a much better sample size out of that and much better findings, but I've not got the time or money to do 500 trade ups. So we're just going to do 5 based on 5 different YouTuber trade up videos that I've seen. We'll do 2 in this video today, and then I've got 3 more which we'll do in a follow-up video. One point to add is a lot of this is based on motivation. So are you or myself, are we looking to make money from trade ups, or are we looking to have fun? My theory has always been that I'm looking to have fun with trade ups. Obviously I don't want to lose a lot of money, but if I was trying to make money, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I've got a good job, I don't need to make money with trade-ups. I just don't want to spend a lot of my real life money on, skins at the moment. So if I can make some money and enjoy trading up, then that is perfect for me. But I understand for some people, they are purely trying to see how much money they can make. And again, that is a different goal. So really motivation does play a factor. So other factors I want to just mention here, because I think they're important in overall reason for trading up. One thing is currency. Obviously, all of my trade ups, I generally use GBP, so Great British Pounds. It's a very strong currency, and the downside of that is that in some examples, I will lose a lot of money because of the Steam tax. So if I sold something for 5p, for example, I would only actually net 3p in return. So on that example, I would lose 40% of the value of the item, and in other currencies, that's going to be a lot less. Patience is a big factor. I noticed that in the example trade-ups that I've done, if I had a lot of patience, if I could wait weeks and weeks to get some of these trade-ups ready, then that would be really good, and I would actually be a lot more profitable. But to be honest, I can't be asked. And again, I'm trying to do this to have fun. I don't want to spend 30 hours a week trying to just find all the best inputs and save every single penny and suddenly make £1 or 2 at the end of it. Another factor is scale. If you've got a decent amount of Steam funds to start with, there's no reason why you can't do all sorts of different trade-ups, have them all going at once. I personally find they can get quite hard to manage when you're doing multiple at once, but I bet some people probably have good systems for that, and they can probably do lots of trade-ups, and so within a week, even though it might take a week to get 10 skins that they need, if they're doing 10 different trade-ups, they've got 100 skins, and perhaps they can make some good profit out of that. The source of the skins, so there's a few different sources. So buy orders on the Steam market, You can snipe from the Steam market, which is where you just have a look using the CSGO Float app, which is a fantastic app, extension, which is really, really useful for trading up. Or you could buy them from third-party sites, so Skinport, Buff, Skin Baron, loads of other sites you can buy them from. So that is another factor. And finally, my favorite one, RNG, or random number generator. In other words, luck. I am just really unlucky with trade ups in the last month or two, which is why I'm just not doing as many. And I always play the numbers. I'm a real numbers person, and I like to do trade ups and fiddle with every little number and things like that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to randomness. You could, for everyone like myself, I worked out of the big trade ups that I've done in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've lost like 80 or 90% of 50-50 trade ups, which is really unlucky, and it's random. So for every person like me, there's probably someone that has won 80 or 90% of 50-50 trade ups. So luck is a big factor, and sometimes, if you just have bad runs and, there's not a lot you can do, you just have to accept it and you have to move on. So that is just something that has to be factored in as well. So let's look at some examples of some of the trade ups that I'm talking about. This is one I see all the time going on. And I know people are aware of this because they often say they struggle to hit the right floats. It's because tons of people are trying to do this. So back in the day when you could do trade ups a few years ago and there weren't many people doing it, you didn't have some of the extra features that like you do now. It was quite easy to just go in, snipe floats, and not pay too much more than the market price. But now loads of people are trying to use buy orders. They're trying to get all of the best floats that they can, which has pushed the buy order prices up. So you'll notice with popular trade ups like this, for example, the Novas here, the clear polymer Novas, the buy order price is £1.07, and the cheapest market price is £1.10. It's actually £1.09, but it looks like on average £1.10. So, and that's how we know this is a popular trade up. And these are the worst ones to do. And the reason why is because when that buy order price is closer to the lowest selling price, you will lose more money for all the bad floats. Now, what I mean by this is, in this example, we were trying to get floats of 0.087. Again, that's a low float range in minimal wear. Now, for everyone, if I assume that I can get maybe 1 in 4 below that float range, which I think is still generous, but let's say 1 in 4 below 0.087, for each one I buy at £1.07, if I sell them at £1.10, I lose 14p for each trade up, which is huge. That's a massive cost. For the danger zone skins, 0.035 is pretty low. So again, I'm going to be quite generous and say that I'll get 1 in 3. I don't think you will. I think it'll take more than that. But let's assume that we can get 1 in 3 below that float. It means that I can buy them at 80p. I can sell them for 88p. And after Steam tax, I will lose 3p on each of those. So in total, I'll lose potentially, if I'm getting 1 in 4 and 1 in 3, I'll lose £2.94 on the Operation Broken Fang skins, and I'll lose 18p on the Danger Zone skins. So that's £3.12p if I get 1 in 4 Broken Fangs and 1 in 3 Danger Zones, which again I think is a little bit generous. That means that the cost of this trade up goes from £9.89p to £13.01p. So it's very easy to see the green profitability, and someone will say it's 150% profitable. Each time you do it, you're going to make £2.80. You are not, unless by some miracle you get 10 buy orders that all complete with these super low floats, which I just can't ever imagine happening. I mean, there's a chance, obviously, but it'd be so unlikely. Obviously, you might get lucky, and 1 in 2 Broken Fangs might be below 0.087. Again, it's going to be so rare to happen, but it might. And this is where the random number generator comes in. If you're lucky, you might do quite well. But still, it's going to reduce the profitability. So don't look at these figures and think, oh, I just need to buy 10 skins and I'm going to average, £2.80 profit for each trade up. It just doesn't work like that, unfortunately, and it's because everyone's doing it, and a lot of the people that do trade ups on YouTube don't factor in the difference in reselling skins. And that's what I'm trying to get across to you now. So what happens with this trade up if we factor in that cost increase of £3.12p? Well, it's still profitable, but it's only profitable before Steam tax. Once you take out Steam tax, the actual profit goes down to quite a lot. So you can see this is where the profitability might actually work. If you can reduce those odds to 1 in 3 minimal wear that you need to actually use and only sell 2 in 3, then there's a chance that this could be profitable, but it's going to be so low. The other thing that you could do is you could take your time and try and sell the skins for more, but if you go on the market and you look at these polymer minimal wears, you'll notice that there's all of the same people selling 20 or 30 of these outcomes, because they're all trying to do the same thing. They're trying to use buy orders to keep the low floats. They're trying to sell the bad floats. What you're much better to do is to try and reuse the bad floats, I think, in some other way. So maybe you combine them with some other skins, and then you make like a secondary trade up. The kind of thing we did with the video that I've got around the print streams, where we used the good floats and we used the bad floats in a different trade up, which would generate some profit, but we were relying on the good floats to generate the majority of our profit, and then try and save as much money as we could that way. If you keep trying to sell and sell and sell and sell on the market all of these bad floats, you just keep digging into that profitability, and suddenly a £9 or £10 trade up that looks really profitable becomes £13, and then your profitability goes out the window. So in this example, we've got 23% chance to hit the cybersecurity, which would be a big profit, but that's less than 1 in 4 attempts that you're going to get that on average. If we hit a 23% chance to get the USP, we will make some money, but very little by the time you take out the Steam tax. So we've only got a 46% chance really to make anything. And obviously if you hit the danger zones, you're going to lose a decent amount, at least half your money. And if you hit the fairy tale, you could probably oversell that for a little bit, but it's still going to be a good loss. So we've got a 56% chance, after you've gone through all that painstaking effort of getting 50 skins to do this trade up, to probably break even or make a loss. But that's my theory and that's my experience. So let's do a couple of trade ups. We'll look at some of them and we'll see actually how profitable they can be. So on to the exciting part. So we've got 2 trade ups to do in this video, and we've got 3 to do in the next video. Today we're going to look at a YouTuber called Martlix, and we're going to look at someone else called Incompetech. These are both great guys that seem to put up some really good videos with some good trade ups. So we're going to test their trade ups first. These are just randomly picked. I've not gone for any particular thing. I've not analysed these beforehand or anything. I've just gone to a video that I've seen recently of theirs and picked a trade up that just looks decent, and based it on nothing other than that. So the first one is for Martlix, is a mixture of fracture skins, and it's got a random skin in there which is from the Revolver collection. So this looks pretty decent on the on paper, because we've got a very low cost, 84p, and then we've got a decent chance at either breaking even or making a small profit, and 1 or 2 actually make a decent profit. So after the results of the first trade up, we actually did okay. We made some profit. It took 29 purchases, so there were quite a lot of resales that we had to do, but still not too bad because the floats weren't awful. Trying to go into that. So the cost of the trade up went from 84p that was predicted to £1.10p after reselling. So we did make 8p in the end, so it's still a profit. and I've kept the bison, so I'm not going to sell it, but it would be a profit after Steam tax of 8p. So not too bad, not too bad to start. So let's go on to the next one and see how that goes. Okay, so on to the second trade up. So this is from a guy called Incompetech. He releases a lot of videos. He must spend most of the day making videos, but he's got lots of good trade ups as well. And this is one, again, randomly picked from one of his videos. A little bit different to the last one, so there's a chance to lose money in this one, but it's quite a low chance by the looks of it. This is a mixture of Danger Zone and Wildfire skins, and it looks like we're going for the FAMAS Valence or the Glock Royal Legion to make a decent profit. But it's got a really good chance to make a profit overall, and the losses are not huge, so at worst you can lose like 40% of your money. So again, this looks pretty good, so let's go and have a look, see what we can do with this. So that's our second trade up done. That was an interesting one because we should have spent £1.49 and the total cost was £1.82. It took quite a lot more. We had to go through 35 purchases and I had to snipe 2 items because the Danger Zone skins were just not coming through at a decent float at all. So again, you could probably be a bit more patient. I think honestly it would take quite a lot more time to get the cost down to that low. And the outcome was a skin worth £1.75. So if it would have cost us £1.49 originally, we would have actually made a profit there. But because it cost us 33p more than our predicted cost, we actually lost 30p in the end. So it's a shame because it meant that there were only 2 potential profitable outcomes there, which would have been the FAMAS or the Glock. So we only had about a 24% chance to be profitable in that one, which is a shame. Again, we could have been a little bit more patient. We could have saved a few pence, but honestly, I think to get the cost at £1.49 just isn't going to happen. It's always going to cost you 25p more. In my currency at least, so that just means that there's only 2 things in that trade up that are going to be profitable. So let's do a summary and see how we've done overall. So that's 2 trade ups down. We've got 3 more to do in another video, but I just wanted to do a little recap. We've lost 22p so far, so our predicted spend on these 2 trade ups was £2.33. They actually cost us £2.92, and the outcomes were on paper not bad, but we still made a loss because of the extra that we had to spend. So one thing that I want to note so far is we could have been more patient, but it would honestly take, I would imagine, 4 or 5 days for each of those trade ups to actually complete. The effort that you'd have to go to as well, reselling. I know you can just go into Steam Inventory Helper or something and do it like that, but it's still hassle that you've got to do it. If you got the money, I would honestly just take a £5 from your income each month, put it into some skins. It could be easy. You could just use Steam Inventory Helper, put everything on at the base price that everyone else does, and wait, and eventually they'll sell, and eventually you'll get some more skins. But the effort that it takes and the painstaking to go through all of the skins that you've got, I just don't see it being worth it personally. Some people, if you've got time, if you've not got much income perhaps, and using your own funds isn't an option, I still am a fan of buying through a third-party site like Skinport and then selling through Steam or through Buff. You can get 1.5 or 2 times your money. You can only spend a little bit if you really have to, and you're going to make a lot more than you are from this. But that's just my experience so far. So I'm going to do a couple more trade ups from some other YouTubers, and we'll see how they go. Other than that, add some comments on your own experiences and how you guys get on. Do you find these trade ups actually are profitable? Are you being more patient and maybe you're making a bit more money? Are you being a bit luckier? Are you finding them through other methods? I'd like to hear what your experiences are, and yeah, just let me know. You'll find me often on the Timo Discord, so I hope to catch you around there, and be good to catch up and chat. Give it a like and a subscribe, and catch you soon. Cheers, bye.